Well, welcome everybody to our Monday night Zoom special presentation tonight. Of course, my name is Brett Griffin. My wife Andrea and me are very proud to introduce our speaker for this evening, Blue Diamond Don Carson, and he has a special guest, Dr. Chi, and they're down in Atlantis at the Cove. And they just arrived down there today, and we're excited to hear all the excitement that I'm sure they're experiencing right now.
Yeah, well, hey, first of all, thank you so much. And Dr. Chi, last second I texted you and I said, hey, you're my neighbor. Why don't you walk over and let's do a little collaboration here?
Sure, that'd be fun.
So you just got here today as well?
Yes, this morning.
And you've got your wife and daughter here?
Yep.
Yeah, so we'll get a chance to meet them. We haven't had a chance to. Looking forward to it. And so for those of you that are not familiar with what we do here, we're going to do a little opportunity presentation, show you a little bit what we're excited about, why this home-based business opportunity is so exciting to two diverse gentlemen sitting in front of you. I'm more of a traditional business guy, been involved in a number of different things over my life. Network marketing was something that I never really got my head around from a big success level, but I do get timing and I do get business. And yourself, doctor? Well, how would you say?
I'm just a physician. I'm just a surgeon. I've been in practice for about 21 years. And, network marketing came my way about 14, 15 years ago. I fell in love with it and stuck with it. And as you know, Valentus is my third company in about 15 years' time. So I'm really excited about where we're at right now with Valentus.
Yeah, and my wife Nancy's nearby here. If you want to just walk over, Nancy, and she was just having a nap. We were up really early at 2:30 in the morning to get to the Bahamas today. And so she'll just pop in here.
Hey, everybody.
You're excited to be here? We were here 2 years ago. And 2 years ago, these trips are usually reward trips for hard work and effort. And Nancy and I were here 2 years ago, and we're just so excited to be back here with the new group, really.
Yeah, it's true. I was just telling Dr. P, we did we did a team call about coming here and the excitement and what it means to us. And Atlantis, for Dave and Joyce, for those of you that don't know, really represents a victory lap for Dave. When he was in his last network marketing company, he was here on a reward trip that he had earned and kind of got the rug pulled out from underneath him. And so he vowed in that moment to Joyce that they would come back here and that they would bring a team with them. And here we are. And we're so excited that we're part of that victory. We're part of what that represents, and it's really exciting for us.
So I'm going to tell you a little story about our history, and then we're going to bring Dr. Chi in a little bit. Your history, we'll pop it in there, and we'll tell you why Valentus, why now. So being entrepreneurs means a lot of things for Nancy and I, but most definitely one of the things that we're most thankful for is that our hard work is being recognized, but it's not because we're network marketers. It's more because we're marketers. We understand the ability to get a message across to people, causing curiosity. So in 2017, we were the executive and entrepreneurs of the year in this company. Made a good income so far, continue to grow. In traditional business, we've moved about $500 million worth of products in different companies we've owned and operated. And so we've had that up and down throughout our career. We really understand this entrepreneurial spirit, and we get that it's not a straight ride up. So, when we understood and got into this whole network marketing concept, we understood right away that it was work. And we underlined that word work, and we went to work. And so, we kind of attached ourselves to these three platforms in our business. And, for us now, my wife really recognizes the time that we spend together is such a valuable commodity. Dr. Chi, out of those three, better health, money, and time, what would you say?
I totally agree, all three, because, I was practicing about 80 to 100 hours a week, literally 80 to 100 hours a week. I never saw daylight, really, in between doing surgeries and doing rounds and doing ER calls and also the office too. And that's why, when I first saw network marketing about 15 years ago, I fell in love with it. But I fell in love with it for the fact that I was able to help the average individual, the average family, the average person, help them have success, help them have better health. And I tell you, it's been great. I mean, I've had great success as well. Coming from another company for 5 years, was a top ranked guy, made $2 million in 5 years, part-time, around the business schedule. And I was able to make a decision to walk away from the 80, 100 hours a week. I'm down to about 16 hours a week now practicing. And people ask me, why am I still practicing? Well, I love what I do. That's something I do. I will continue to do. It's simple. It's 16 hours seeing patients, little surgery here and there, but no stress anymore financially in terms of that part. You know, being a doctor is the same thing as everyone else working a job, still working a job, because, you know, I got to see the patients. We got to build insurance. That's the only way we get paid. It is another job, and it'll never go away if I don't do something different, you know. And unfortunately, a lot of our colleagues of mine, they see our checks, they see what we do, but they just don't just take action. And this has been great.
You know, and so, you know, we're part and parcel of that. We see that we're helping others.
Right.
You know, people lay away at night and they're worried about their finances. Their health is obviously something that you're able to help them now because you're, you know, in the health practice as well. But when you start thinking about, in fact, my wife and I were in a boating accident in 2014. This was our blink in the eye moment. Nancy went through that windshield on the left. We almost both died that night. Somebody drove right in front of us without letting the lights on their boat. They got charged, but it wouldn't have mattered if we weren't coming home to our kids that night. Andrew was 15, our daughter was 13 at the time. And we hadn't really, we had millions of dollars because I had been very successful at other things, but we didn't have the assets to carry on the cash flow. So I understand now this slide is so important to me to teach in this industry. It's not about the total, it's about what you have coming on a weekly basis. And the cash flow vehicle in the home-based business is absolutely incredible. What I love about it is, you know, you could say, I could give you $1 million. Most people would spend it. They'll buy things. And those things will take their money even further because you're going to need money to be able to keep them up. Cars need insurance, gas, maintenance, houses, boats, everything. It all takes maintenance and money. And that's the cash flow that's missing when it comes to the average person. And now in 2008, all the studies, and you're from California, you know, they said in 2008 it was about $280 that would have kept the average American out of bankruptcy in 2008. And that's not a lot. But I know now when I travel across the country talking to people of this industry, the thing I love about it is I talk to people in terms of $200, $300, $400. Could that change your life? Would you love that if it was coming to you regularly? And that's really the message here, folks, is that, you know, the millionaire mindset is not about all the millions. It's about the cash flow coming to you. And this industry can do that for you.
Sure. Definitely.
And so, you know, we're entering into an amazing growth spurt in this home-based business industry. It's a big business today. And they're already saying that there's going to be like 79 million people joining this industry in North America alone. Maybe not just Valentus, other companies, needless to say. But what's really important to me is the fact that moms and dads are working together again. You know, with Nancy and I being able to do this together, she owns a company, I own a couple other companies. We don't do those together really, but here we're able to participate together, and it's kind of brought our family together, more so even our relationship. Would you know, have you seen that in your travels now with the people that are doing this as couples? Have you seen real value here?
No, I do see that value. That's important to, you know, be together like that as a family.
Yeah, and so when you start thinking about the time versus money factor about being able to, we say, fit it into the cracks of our day. That's what we do with what our business is, because we're busy. You know, at different times during the summer, I might have 150 employees throughout these companies that Nancy and I own, and that takes a lot of time, and there's a lot of stress there. I mean, the lights have to be turned on, the taxes have to be paid, and of course the employees want to have their benefits and everything else that goes with it. And so that's very expensive and hard on you as a businessman. But this has changed everything. You know, the fact that social media is just so available to everybody today. You know, when we talk about this platform we're running on here, we call it a point-click-share platform, and it's equal playing field for everybody. Now, when I was in business back in the day, when I sold my company to a New York Stock Exchange company, at that time I was spending $6 million myself to put products on television. I had a call center, and we would call people all the time and follow up, lots of money. But the point was that was a big risk. See here, every one of you have a chance to sit and look at some of those logos there: Instagram, Pinterest, Facebook, Twitter, whatever, you know, fits your world on social media. It's free to you to offer to share around the world and around the globe. So I think that's what's changed this industry from when you first 15 years ago. Would you agree?
Yes, most definitely. I'll tell you this: people come into the business with no experience whatsoever. All they do is really follow a very duplicatable system, really put some effort into it, part-time around the business schedule. I have full-time nurses, I have full-time stay-at-home parents, I have full-time moms, I have working parents, I have people just really, again, like what Don said, just really work around the crack of time that we have throughout the day, but just doing this and really, you know, doing this with consistency. That's all it takes. That's all it takes for every one of us, every one of you to have success. Yeah.
And Nancy, maybe you follow social media pretty regularly, and I know you were watching a live by somebody that we now have in our business, and that you love the personality of that person. Maybe you can touch on that. Sometimes how we find new members as a result of social media.
Well, I find that this allows your reach to go beyond your little town. And I grew up in a really small community up in the north in Plum Pond, Manitoba. And so I explained to Don the fact that social media allows you to broaden your horizons. And so it's just so important if you are looking at this as an opportunity, if you feel like your circle or your reach is small, it's not. It's unbelievable. I've heard from so many people that will just post their results. And that's what we do, is just share our experience. You share your personal experience. People say, I don't have the sales experience. I don't have this. You don't have to have any of those things. And you can be rewarded really quickly, because the way that our compensation plan works, it's very easy right out of the gate. If you just follow a few key duplicatable points that Dr. Chi and Don were bringing up, you can get paid every Friday like we do. We hear a bing on our phone and we all kind of give a high five, and it's like, yes.
Yeah, absolutely.
Sure.
It's super exciting. And the brands that we're building are lots of times ourselves now, right? I mean, you're traveling branding yourself. You're Dr. Chi, you've got credibility. I'm a multimillionaire from other things I did, and that's credibility. So I've been able to earn the respect. Even Brett, who introduced us, he knew of my successes. He had worked for me in one of my other companies. When I called him, texted him, he paid attention. He said, listen, if Don's interested, I got to look at this. So, use the people in your life that you've built your own influence around, and lots of those folks will follow you in this adventure. And ultimately, what you're going to find with social media is that it just does a lot of the heavy lifting for you. So, for example, you're brand new here and you make an extra $300, $400, $500. You might even just say that on your post one day. You might just say, you know what, I'm so excited. I got an extra $400 or $500 to put away for next year's travel. Don't even tell them where it came from. Cause the curiosity, and before you know it, they're asking you, where did you make that money? So what we've seen now is that technology is changing this business. And so when we think about all these businesses that are going away, that are being replaced by technology, we're able to participate now in this industry as a result of these social media opportunities that are there. And the fact that, when I first did this 30 years ago, it was a fax machine. There was no such thing as really a three-way call or a cell phone. Right. It was a rotary dial almost. I hate to admit it. But, the thing about it is businesses are going away as a result of technology. Jobs are going away. What scares me is there's no entry-level jobs for our kids. You have a 16-year-old daughter. Right. She's being brought up in an environment of health and your career. And our kids have been around money and around things all their lives. But there's not a lot of people out there that can say there's a guaranteed job for their kid when they graduate, right? Right, you're right. You know what? I'll tell you that. I tell my son, he can't come this week because he's in college with studies, but they know the fact. I always challenge people as well. I tell them, look, ask them a simple question. Can you will off your job to your kids or your grandkids? You can never will that off. There's no way. But you know what? Our business, we can give it to our kids later on. We can will it off to our kids. And that's the beauty of what we can do here. We can build multi-generational income for years to come. And that's the important thing about this. I watched my parents work at 30, work for 30, 40 years with really nothing left behind after they retired. Nothing. So this is very important for all of us to really start doing what Don was talking about, really branding and using social media. You can build this business across the world. We have people from across the world on the other side of the world we never met yet, and they're doing this business, and we're really changing their lives. I'm telling you, it's amazing. Yeah, and so as you look at the way that people used to get the message across, they would spend all this money on advertising, radio, TV, print. Today, it's us. Right. It's the brand of people standing in front or sharing this Zoom with you live from the Bahamas today. We're the advertising vehicle, and because of that technology, our owner, Dave Jordan, doesn't have to pay us really to advertise or to put on hotel meetings. We do it ourselves, right? But this industry, as it continues to grow and expand, what we're recognizing is that we're the celebrity kind of, so to speak. Not that we're famous. It's that we're real people sharing real results, as opposed to the celebrity that's being paid to advertise a product. We're just sharing from the heart what we believe, and we're getting our point across. So, these guys, the billionaires of the world, are buying up network marketing companies. Now, I know that from a guy that owned a company that was sold to a New York Stock Exchange company. I know that they're after these types of businesses because they don't want to have to advertise. They're using us. Look, we travel, we spend our own money to be able to build this brand for Valentus, And these guys on this, like Warren Buffett, one of the richest men in the world,
Right.
why would he buy a network marketing company? Because he recognizes that the brand is the people sharing what they believe in, and you can't basically compete with that. Now, the wellness community is massive. This whole industry. I mean, we entered into skincare now, which is just a massive home run. But, weight loss, weight management, the health benefits. I think of 4 platforms. Here's what I run our business off when I share it. I say, hey, Valentus runs off a wellness portfolio of good blood flow, good digestion, good brain and mental clarity and focus, pain relief. And the byproduct of that is when you change your lifestyle and you go healthy, you lose weight, you have control of your weight, and before you know it, you're sharing this around the world. That's what we do. It's a simple sort of business, but the community has allowed us now to find a company that is actually blowing our socks off right now that has these 5 things. Maybe you want to touch on what you know about what you see right there.
I'll tell you this, coming to Valentus is the key. The key reason I came to the company was the culture and actually Dave Jordan and Dave and Joyce. They're so warm-hearted, they're so humble, and they're real people. I've had some bad stuff too with my other company, and it's not right. It's not right for the people. It's not right for the team. And here with Valentus, we really feel being part of a family, a home, and that's important. That's very important for us because in other companies they don't care. They don't care. Their thing is about the bottom line, the bottom numbers, but what they get as a company. Here, with what they do, oh my God, it's about us. It's about us as individual business owners. That's the key.
Yeah, exactly. So when you look at our products and the diversity of our products now, when I started, there was 4. Today we've got 17. We got a commission plan that pays over 50% of every dollar that comes in. We're definitely in the right place at the right time. And, we've got some great training, but this corporate office is expanding. I was just there last Friday. They're falling over each other now, and they're shipping products from every area of that building. They've now moved to another warehouse. This will here and work out of there from an operations standpoint, but the warehousing is moving elsewhere. It's incredible. I've seen this in my own business. I've seen the growth that you go through and that you've got to go to another building. I know firsthand where this company's going because I've seen it myself personally. Really exciting times. Dave's built this company from the ground up. He's got it debt-free today after 5 years this July. It'll be 5 years old. He's got a success behind him. He's got about $100 million in sports memorabilia. Never mind the other successes he has financing-wise. We're proud to be in business with him, and we're going to be spending the week here with him. I don't know if you saw him today, but he's like a kid. He's a kid in a candy store when he's in the Bahamas. I'll tell you that much because his wife Joyce just loves it. So debt-free company, right? 17 products that are growing, more coming right away when we go to Vegas at the end of the month. But we're going to talk a little bit about weight management. It's a massive growth story. 2 out of 3 adults are overweight. Right. Kids, 30% of kids are overweight. I think it's because they sit in front of the computer and play video games. They're not active like they used to be. And the other thing about it is that sugar is part of our lives, and we don't even know it is. It's hidden in everything. And because of that, we can do studies like in 1905, 6 pounds of sugar was consumed. Today it's about 200 pounds we consume in sugar. And as a doctor, that must be frustrating because you see the sickness.
I see it every day. I tell you that. I see it every day. You know what's crazy? I've seen a 100-pound 5-year-old.
Oh, my goodness.
I mean, it's sad to see that. I mean, he walked into the office. I thought he was older, but he was 5 years old.
Wow.
It's sad.
And what comes with that is a lot of other issues down the road. I mean, Nancy just lost a friend she went to school with because of maybe I shouldn't say that, but I mean, the fact is people that have an extra 10 pounds of weight, they say that can be a year off your life.
You know what? Just 7% gain in weight will increase your chance to become diabetic by 52%. 7% gain. That's it. I mean, that's crazy.
Well, you know what? We know what we have here, folks, and what we want to talk to you about is a plan that is so easy. It's not miserable. It doesn't cost a whole lot to be able to participate if you want to lose weight. It's certainly not complicated. I mean, do you know anybody that drinks coffee? Everybody knows somebody that drinks coffee. And obviously, once you just pour a cup of coffee and drink it, you've found, you've entered into what CEOs believe is the golden goose, right? Why are CEOs of the world attracting themselves now to the multi-billions of coffee cups that are consumed daily because they recognize it's not going away. Like as Warren Buffett says, whatever the world likes to make it your business. I look at this, and this is all I needed to see. Right. McDonald's changed its name to McCafe. Dunkin' Donuts puts a coffee cup in. They're not even a donut anymore. Right. Yeah, I mean, we were just in Sioux Falls, and we saw our friends buy 2 bags of Dunkin' Donuts coffee because they love their coffee. And even this company, Subway, what do they support now? Coffee in a big way. And, think about this one. $11.4 billion this Canadian company sold. It's a coffee store. And there's lineups of people around this thing every day. Yeah. Some cities have 3, 4, 5 of them in the same block. Right. How about Starbucks? How do they get $5 a cup of coffee? They put the smell in the room and people walk in there and they just got to have it, right? So all of this is part of a portfolio of weight management we have. Like we've got this great cocoa, we've got a fruit drink called Trim, which lots of people, I mean, we love it because it's got inulin fiber in it, which is a very healthy product.
Right.
You know, we've got 2 other coffees that some people enjoy, the Brazilian, the same reasons they enjoy the Optimum, but the real star of the show is the Optimum coffee. Wouldn't you agree?
Oh yeah, it's amazing. It's incredible. I'll tell you that right now.
Well, one of the things that I'm going to share with you is my own experience. I lost 16 pounds on this program going through 2 tubs of coffee. Now I've maintained it. I go up and down 2 or 3 pounds, but I always come back to that baseline, and I'm not going to go to 0, but I'm always going to drink coffee. So that's what I love about what we're doing here. It's not a diet, but look at the diet plans up there. I used that $59.95 a tub times 2, and I said, okay, 16 pounds. I arrived at a number of $7.50 a pound. That's good analogy, right? Okay, look at Nutrisystem, about $383 a month to consume that fake food. Jenny Craig, $560. Weight Watchers go to meetings every week, pay fees every week. South Beach, those are about, look at the prices, $41 to $80 a pound of weight. If I was to lose the same 16 pounds there. Now, what I love about that is that we've created a logical solution. You know, and when we think about, you know, your stomach and your brain being connected, what happens is when your stomach demands food or your brain's calling for food, what this product does is it tends to shut off that demand, doesn't it?
Yes, it does.
You know? So we put an ingredient in there called Vaso 6. Do you know a little bit about this? Because it's one of my favorite ingredients.
It is. I mean, when I first saw this, when I first saw Basil 6 into the coffee, which is amazing because it's been around in the fitness industry for years and nothing new at all whatsoever. And the beautiful thing about this is basically what it does is a vasodilator. It increases the production of nitric oxide in our body. And just for you all to know this, nitric oxide is naturally in our body. It's in our body already as part of us, okay? And so as we age, okay, as we go along living life, we eat the bad food, we absorb the bad chemicals through our skin, our nitric oxide levels drop over time. And we need that, okay? We need that to function because it's a vasodilator. So what it does is it vasodilates, it increases circulation, and it increases oxygen delivery to your body, your cells. And so you need that. So when I first saw it, I was like, oh my God, this is a home run right here. And no one has it because we have this, you know, no one has it because it's patented. And so that's a powerful thing about Basil 6, okay? Understand that.
Yeah, and you know, when you add that to the stack of ingredients that we have, the herbs that are in there, we've got a product that actually works, as we were saying a little earlier, on brain and mental clarity. People find they get their focus back. Yep. Never mind their commitment to not eating all bad foods, and they lose weight, but they just feel good. They just feel better. That's the story Nancy and I hear. Now, we've added a sample program and a program we call the 6-day experience that is absolutely driving our sales in a big, big way. And all it is a card that you put 6 sticks of coffee in, you sell it for $20, gives you immediate cash flow. You can send them what we call a ditto touch. The person gets to see all the information. They basically click on the link you send them, and it tells you what their interest level is, and you can call them back and follow up. It's the craziest thing ever. You see anything this good in their business?
No, I have not. I mean, this 6-day experience is amazing because, you know, all we have to do is send them that, have them pay the $20, whatever they want to do with it, and all we have to do is just call them up every day, see how things are going, and then ditto touch. Oh my God, it's a home run. I've been using ditto touch like crazy. Every time there's a prospect, I send them that. I send them the Optimum video on ditto touch. It does its own work, so it saves us the time, the effort. You know, we're not doing anything. Just gotta let it do. The system does the work.
So what we've done is we've, you know, given the odds of improvement and success for you because we put systems in place. So as I said earlier, can you imagine if I was drinking 2 cups of Starbucks coffee rather than 2 cups of Optimum? That would cost me $300 a month. So I'm going to just show you one more comparison of me just hugging the world on the beach, okay? There's our good friend Brett, who's was our host tonight. He's lost about 55 pounds. You know, Brett, I know that you look at this picture and you had a hair transplant or something after too, didn't you? Because look at your hair, it's growing again. You know what? he's shuddering, but look at, he's got the same shorts on a year apart too, but this is a vacation he's in Cuba. Yeah, I love this picture. Lots of pictures. This gal is in Winnipeg just last week, and I stood up, and it's inspiration. You know, she's on our brochures, right? So, you know, lots of before and afters. You can go to Best Weight Loss Coffee today, and there you'll see thousands and thousands of real people sharing real results. Now, this month, if you order anything right to the end of the month, you get one of these for free. They're just throwing this in with every order. It's a detox. It's an incredible cleanse. You know, my wife and I love this one. It's like a tea. She drinks it hot at night. I drink it just cold as quick as I want to drink it. I get it in. You know, the AM, it's like more of like a yogurt in a package. It's kind of like a probiotic that's good, the good gut flora, right? You know, it's a very good product. We've got an awesome product that I want to touch on here. It's got all of the super fruits, but in particular, it's got aloe vera, which works on your digestion. So you don't lay at night with your stomach gurgling. I find I wake up, I used to have plantar fasciitis. I wake up in the morning with no ankle pain anymore, no heel pain. I just love this product for that. It helps me sleep. Great energy. Our energy products tend to support the adrenal rather than drain the adrenal for your own, research you can do. Go to valentusproducts.com and all our products are there. All of our ingredients, go take a look. Now, the Max. We love the Max. It's one of my favorite products, if not my favorite product. We've now added a supplement product right here. You've got one on, I see. Our negative ion bands. I see my wife's got one here. Look at this. Hey, let's put this here. Okay, so we're going to be near the water, and in the water, the waves are crashing. That's negative ions. You're in the ocean. When you see waterfalls, that's negative ions. After a thunderstorm, bang, boom, crash. If you walk outside, the air's so fresh, that's negative ions. So this is kind of like an orb that we wear on us to keep the bad away from us. I believe it. I've done the research on it. You can go to our website and take a look at it. But this Max product is so incredible because what it does is it takes your blood, separates it, gets it flowing properly, kind of inflates it a little bit like a beach ball almost, right? Naturally. And it's so healthy. It's safe for everything, but it injects your cells now with trace minerals. And that's what your body needs to survive, isn't it?
Yes, it does. It's all about balance. It's all about having, just like what he said, beach volleyball being the perfect weight, or I mean, not weight, but inflation. Think of that. When I do my presentation, I talk about basketball, and you'd rather play basketball with a properly inflated basketball, not with a flat one. It's all about efficiency and all about delivery of oxygen, right, and nutrients. So our cells need to be at its optimal function, and this does it. This really, really does it. It's amazing stuff.
And instantly, too, in 20 seconds. So you get back to the person that invited you to learn about the Max. It's an incredible product. So where are we right now? We're a company that's right here at the sweet spot. We're kind of sitting at around the $3.2 million mark. We're starting to grow every month by 700,000. Right. John is expecting us to be at $1 million a month growth probably by summer, right, heading on to the end of the year where we might hit that $8 million mark. It's incredible. When it hits that $8 million mark, that's when they say critical mass starts and big numbers start coming in. You go from 8 to 20 to 40 million in sales to eventually 100 million, which is the goal that I have with Dave. And originally when I joined this company, as I said, Dave, I want to be part of $1 billion company. And I believe that's what we have here with Valentus. You've got a chance to get in where you fit in. We've got all these products that are priced the same, so you get to pick and choose where you want to start, which you can afford to join with. We have some recommendations. We're going to give you websites for the one-time $20 fee you'll pay to be a business partner of ours. You're going to get these websites that you can share with people. And what you do is you attach your bank account to the shopping cart inside those websites, and if anybody buys anything, you get paid. That's as easy as it is. Let me touch on the money here a little bit. We'll go quickly over this. There's 7 ways to make money. I'm going to touch 4 of them. So one of the things you have to understand about it is that we can get immediate income for everyone. And the reason why guys like myself, Dr. G, and my wife Nancy love this is that everybody can make some money day one. I think that's important. When you agree, some companies, it's a struggle to make money, isn't it? Yes, so you can make 20, 40, 60, 100, up to $200 immediately once you get your team starting to build. And it happens every Friday, okay? We pay every Friday. Now, we leverage income by saying, hey, if you get 3 and your 4th one comes on board, we'll double the amount of money you make if you come in with a business builder, and they did as well. The person that invited you can explain that to you, but in basic principles, if you bring in 3 and they bring in 3 and they bring in 3, you're going to get a little piece of all of that activity. That's leveraged income. Residually, what we like to think here is examples of Elvis being paid more money in his estate today than when he was living. Actors from many years ago, when reruns play, they keep getting paid. Right. I know there's a singer that did American Woman with the Guess Who, which was out of Winnipeg, believe it or not. And then Lenny Kravitz goes and does the song American Woman, and he's paid more money now off of the royalties of Lenny Kravitz using that song. That's residual income. So to your point, do it once, build it. You can leave a legacy for your kids. Bonus income, we get car allowances, you've got matching bonus, and that's our best return personally. You get paid to help others make money. I think that's one of the best things we do. So let me just give you a couple of quick examples here. Bring in 4 people, you could get all your money back. That's as easy as it is when you really get your head around it. I kind of think of teams of 4. I really like to think that way. And, when you think about buying one of those packs, which have the 6-day experience, here's just a quick example for you. You get 58 of these packs inside a 350-stick pack, a kit for $4.99. Sell it for $20. There's $11.60. So right there, you've made all your money back, right? What if 3 members come in? I'm finding now about 30% of the packs turn into customers, and about 20% of those those customers turn into members. So it's certainly larger than this, right? So you're going to get pools of bonuses all through that. You're going to make yourself a couple grand minimum. And then as people duplicate that, your business can grow. You want to learn about this. It's that easy when you talk about sharing this business. Now, here's just a couple of quick points to end up our call. When you're thinking about this business, think about what you love about what you do on your own, and then also what you don't like about being on your own. Those are the pros and the cons, because you got to motivate yourself, or go find some accountability partners that are going to motivate you. Ultimately, this is a tax-deductible expense. You can write off all kinds of things. Our trip here to the Bahamas is tax-deductible.
Oh, yeah.
You know, but don't be unrealistic. Don't get on a plane, hand a stick of coffee to somebody, and try to write off a trip to Hawaii. You know, you've got to think in terms of business all the time for you to be able to use most of the tax-deductible expenses. When we approach our business, Nancy and I, we're looking for 4 people that are like mentality to us. And that's our image that we love. We love the outdoors, right? And so we are always looking for people to say, hey, why would you want to join us in this adventure? I know for us, it's time and money. We love that. And obviously the health benefits are just incredible. But, you know, find that out. Find out the why that person has to do this business with you. And you'll probably find it's a lot easier to show them how to do this. And then show them how to track their results. Get them, you know, thinking in terms of what we call a daily method of operation. What are you doing daily to keep track of it? You become their accountability partner. Introduce them to other people that'll pull them up the mountain. And you'll find that if you look at this stick shift here, this is your business in a nutshell. Buy some product, get used to using them, become a product of the product, move to second gear, and learn who your upline is. Learn from them how they're going to help you before you go to third gear. See, most people go to fifth gear at the red light, floor it, and they stall and they quit. You've got to go through the gears here. You've got to learn and earn with us. Go to third gear. What's going to happen is your support team is going to help you talk to your first people. You're going to get to fourth gear by learning how to train that person how to do what you just did. Don't rush through it, and get to fifth gear, which is duplicate everything we just did in the first 4 gears. That's our business. Right. That's it in a nutshell what we do in Valentus. And learn the 2 steps of this right here of the 4. Share what you do and follow up. Follow up is key. Is the key for sure. You know, your team has just been knocking out of the park. You're a triple diamond. You're heading on the blue. You've got people popping all the time, diamonds. You know, what would you say is the most duplicatable thing that you're doing with your team right now?
They are just doing what we taught them, and that's simple as that. And you know what's crazy interesting is when I started really putting effort into it around June, and I got our other triple diamond, Jen Melendez, and you know she that's her first time in this industry, and she has no idea what to do at all whatsoever. But she was so coachable that she really followed every step that we taught her. That's all you need to do. And that's how simple it is. I tell people, you know, just share with 3 and teach them and repeat. Oh, that's all you got to do. It's that simple.
Right. And so when you talk about that, I actually cover that in the next slide. That's a good point you brought up here. So we say tell them, show them, let them try it with your help, and then eventually they can do it, right?
Right.
So ultimately, the salesman mentality is the image on the right. Those are the guys that go out and just sponsor people like crazy, and nobody stays, right? What you're doing is finding 3 and helping them find 3, right? Duplicate that on the left, and that's where your business will grow. And so for those of you that really want to know the key, get this slide in your head here. Really learn and earn this slide. If you bring in 2 people and you show them how to bring in 2 people, and you show them how to bring in 2 people, they duplicate down to 124 people. What about if you brought in 3 and they duplicated? You'd be at 1,089. What if you brought in 4 and they brought in 4 and they brought in 4? That's 54, 56. Now, the thing that gets me here is that 5,333 right there, that little one there, 5,333, is the difference between 54, 56, and 124. The difference, though, is you only sponsored 2 more. That's the light bulb for me, that when I understood that, that's when I got this industry. Don't go out and sponsor a whole pile of people until you've helped everybody learn and earn. That's the key, isn't it? That's why your business is growing as fast as, isn't it? Right. Nobody's being rushing ahead. No. You're saying, hey, let's stop. Let's talk about what you just did. Let's meet the person on the phone. Right. Let's introduce them to the team. And that's the culture we have here, right? We're working together. We're cross-line, but our same upline sponsor is John Aremza. So we consider ourselves family in a circle here, and we're going to travel the world together, aren't we? Right. You know, we might even have an adult beverage or 2. Yeah, maybe 3. 1?
Whatever.
Listen, hug the world, folks. Get your head around this. We're hugging the world one cup at a time. Nancy and I just feel that, you know, things are changing for us all the time. Nancy, do you want to just touch, to end the call here, on what you feel is so important about this business for you and I and our kids for the future?
Well, when you say you must change, the personal growth journey, the things that you invest in learning what you need to do to be successful here, nobody's ever going to be able to take that away from you. As a matter of fact, every aspect of our lives is improved based on what we've invested in ourselves to be better at what we share with others. And so just know that this is a self-improvement opportunity as well. And when you make that change and you open your mindset, that's where the real vision happens. And I love talking to young people that have just come out of school. Nobody's ever told them that this is an option. No one's ever given them the vision that this is an option. And I love that. I love that women get to stay home with their children and watch their babies grow and be able to build a business and not feel like they have to make a sacrifice to do so. And we just love it. It's been really passionate for both of us to be able to help people see that they can make a difference in their lives.
You know, folks, this has been a lot of fun talking with Dr. Chi. I mean, thank you for joining us on this call here.
You're welcome.
This is recorded. We're going to post it, and you can share it with your team if you like. The bottom line is, you're in the right place at the right time. This business is going with or without Dr. Chi, Don and Nancy Carson, or anybody that's even on the call today. There's going to be hundreds of thousands of people that are going to join this adventure over the next 12 months all around the world. The key is, how many of those people would you like to have on your team? So go out there, learn and earn at the beginning, teach them, and for gosh sakes, get to Vegas at the end of March for our summit, where there's going to be some incredible new products released, some announcements, some great training. I know our team's going to be there in big numbers. I'm sure you're going to have a large organization there. I always say it's bums in the seat. So if you can get to Vegas and you have a few bums in the seat, watch how many bums show up in the next event. That's the key to your business, folks. So thanks for tuning in. I'm going to click this off. Brett, if you don't mind stopping the recording.